Welcome back to another fantastic episode of the Critic Court, brought to you by none other than myself and Jordie.
Hello.
Today we are going to be reviewing the most fantastic, most wonderful Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Now, I'm not sure how to explain this to you people. This is probably going to be one of the greatest movies of this year. And it's literally just a shell with shoes. Jordie,
They're
it's so
pink like his
simple.
dad.
It's only an hour and a half long,
They're
and it
pink
makes
like
you
his
feel,
dad. Damn it. He's not a she.
yeah.
Even though he is played by a she, Jenny Slate, which
Listen,
love Jenny Slate and everything she's in. She's great.
she's awesome. It doesn't even make it sound like it was like a female voice either, Like she did her best.
Oh, like right on in terms of voice acting, she did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, that is Marcel.
Mhm. Oh, without a doubt. I love this movie.
Especially the screams.
We both own this copy.
Yes, sir, we do. It's the greatest. Open it up. Show the people. Show the people. This is a beautiful, beautiful DVD case from A24.
We're doing an unboxing with our review today.
Yeah, you don't always see this, people. We're
This
giving you
is
the extra
in the
stuff.
player still because had to watch it.
Yeah, it's in my DVD player right now too, so don't feel too bad.
Then you get this booklet with it, with all of the art that was put behind it. Don't know if you guys can see it.
Yes, sir. We can see it. We can see it. No, yeah, I just think it was so well done. Everything about it was simple, but like I just watched the movie with my sister today, and she even says like he was so brave, like Marcel the Shell. But it also makes you hate humanity and like the world that we live in because we
Oh,
just disrupt everything to disrupt.
this isn't the brigade or the support that he was looking for.
Yeah, bro, this wasn't his task force he had in mind.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. This isn't the task
Like,
force I had in mind. And you guys are going to hear us quote this movie plenty
oh yeah,
throughout.
we will be signing everything. War. Let the battle begin. Jordie and
Let,
Erik.
let the battle begin. Marcel, more of a war person. I love this movie. It was so clever, like just the way that he moves around with the tennis ball and everything, to him shaking the tree for oranges with the egg beater or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. It was just all well thought out. Used a lot of stuff from the shorts from when we watched those with
Oh yeah.
the like Nana Connie, and from when he did that in the short, to many lines from the shorts that I can't even cover them all. But yeah, it worked. It was a
The
movie
movie
about
is just worth watching.
the movie. It covers grief, it covers family, it covers loss, it covers finding yourself, growing, knowing things are going to change, as Nanakani so wisely told Marcel, and probably the second most tear-jerking moment, other than the "I would love to do taxes with you in another universe," both by A24. This is A24's year, man.
Yeah,
Like,
they're doing it right. Everything they're doing is I
you,
I didn't ask for any of these movies. Any of them. But I have them all and it's just wonderful. Like
they're
this
not
movie
movies
about a
that you're
shell. I was the
looking
biggest.
forward to or anything. You have these like Marvel like expectations where you're saying, "Oh, I hope this and this happens in this movie." You go into it blind, and it's just a very pleasant surprise. And I could not have asked for more for a movie about a damn shell.
Yeah. Honest Oh, the first time that I watched it with you, Jordy, I had to keep saying to myself, "It's just a fucking show. It's just a fucking show." I,
When
but it makes you
Marcel
feel so much.
when Marcel says that he's scared of things changing and Nana says they will, when I was with you, I think because that was either my third or fourth time watching it, it still even hit harder than the previous times I had watched it. And that's a very human story portrayed by these couple of shells about a shell trying to find its family that was lost and him and his grandmother getting through this and trying to make life the best is like the whole skating rink with the dust on the table. Love that.
Dude, I love
Love
the
that.
portrayal of Nana Connie the most. Like, you could just,
Oh,
especially all the things that she
all of
said
our great.
are things that like my Nana would do, especially when she was the better. She had to get better for him to accept the 60 Minutes
Better.
interview.
Need to be better.
I could just see that. And in my mind, I was thinking back to like how my Nana was
Leslie
and how
show.
she would like put on the brave face for us as kids. And it hit me so much harder than it needed to, man. I wasn't ready for it.
I have been telling Malcolm and Eric all of the great things about this movie.
And
Malcolm
I
still had,
hated on it so long. I refused to watch it. This was like an RRR situation, but worse.
and it was even better. I I cannot recommend this movie enough for people. And also the use of a keyboard with the letter Z has never been funnier.
Man.
I
I also liked how Marcel interacted with Dean too. Like how he was just talking about like he would just shit on Dean's life, like, oh, you think maybe the reason you hide behind a
when he
camera.
turns the camera on him and is asking what he's doing as he's laying on the couch. It was just a very charming film and so heartfelt. I actually texted my grandmother about this the other night, and she had already watched it. Loves it. Loves this movie.
Uh
It Everybody who I know that has watched this movie absolutely fell in love with it. Like the charm, the heartfelt moments that make you just your eyes just start watering at a profuse rate. Um,
yeah.
it
Mama ain't raised no bitch, but I definitely cried during this movie every time.
I am contemplating putting this over the Batman. It's like neck and neck between the two, such different movies. But the quality that we have gotten for some of these
And
movies
how
this
their range of motion is too. Like you have to think about like just the time and effort that went into this. Everything
stop.
about it from the get-go. I remember when we were watching it on your couch, I was telling you, like I was trying to shit on this movie, you guys. I really was looking for every single way that this movie could be bad. I was like, oh, that doesn't really make sense. And I was like, oh, okay, they explained that. I was like, well, how? Oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. Like looking for every reason for it to be just stupid, and I couldn't. It just pulled me in emotionally, and like we keep saying, the story itself is simple. Like there's not a crazy amount to it.
It's
It
a child trying to find his long lost family.
yeah,
That and the alarm that was set off for them to go to the sock drawer.
I
At the
love that at the
they
end.
finally spoilers for all that are watching that haven't watched the movie. Spoiler warning, skip until I do this. Um, so those who are still with us that have watched the movie. He finds his family and it just it's like a few minutes after Nana Connie had passed away, and it just gut punches you, man.
Then
Like
seeing how it all overwhelmed him for a minute, and he got his alone time finding his sound.
Oh, him singing in this movie, one of the very many positives about this movie. The bread room, the him not liking that car because
I
you
Wanna
couldn't.
Linger is added to my Spotify.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely. Both of the songs. I forget what the other one was called. Uh, the whole
I'm sorry, my dog's being a terror.
I can smell his face.
I will not forget Alan. Or when he
Oh, Alan
leaves
the
to
pet boy.
go. Do you want me to put the colander on you? We can put Alan in
Let
there.
me just put the calendar on you now. You have to get me out of here.
Want me to put Alan in?
This very well by the end of the year could end up neck and neck with Everything Everywhere All at Once for me because it is such a joy. I have not recommended a movie to as many people as I have Marcel the Shell with shoes on. Like from the first minute to the last minute, you can tell that there was so much heart put into this movie, so much thought, and everything about it was just top tier. And you would think a stop motion movie about a shell, how much could it affect you? Well, damn it, it affected me more than damn near any movie this year, other than possibly Everything Everywhere All at Once. But even
I
that's
think this hits me more than that. In fact, I might shift it up above Everything Everywhere All at Once. Everything
oh
Everywhere All
yeah.
at Once was more unique.
Speaking of which, when I did my average yesterday, you had told me that you had moved it above Everything Everywhere All at Once, so I
I
had to take
did.
count. No, it's still under.
I thought I had already shifted it. I was like,
No.
I keep flipping them back and forth, and then I really want to move it up above Batman as number two because I watched this more than I rewatch Batman now.
I think this is the movie I've watched the most this year. Like, even though I got that and Bullet Train in the mail at the same time, even though I thought Bullet Train was going to be the most rewatchable movie of the year, I I think that this is going to end up taking it because I will more than likely show my kids this movie.
I might
And
rewatch this more than Top Gun. I'll say it right now.
well, you just got Top Gun in the mail, so we'll see how that goes.
AI has already been played 3 times.
But when you have grandkids at some point, I would even show this to them just because of that whole Nana Connie and
Of
Marcel.
course. This show just makes me want to be a better person. Seeing the adversity that he overcame and all the struggles that he goes through. Like, why you smile all the time, Jordie?
It's worth it.
That's right, because it's fucking worth it, okay?
As much as it is an emotional movie, it ultimately puts the biggest smile on your face in a lot of the moments just because Marcel is the guy to look on the bright side, which we all know that person that can be annoying with it or whatever. But in this movie with this shell, it's just so charming, so refreshing. And not everything needs to be so dark, like how, for example, the Batman is,
Yeah.
or the Northman, or a lot of these other movies that we genuinely love. But it's so nice to have this palate cleanser that is such this simple movie, but so well done that it just puts the biggest smile on your face anytime you watch it. I'm gonna just jump right to my score. This is an A+. Like
Yeah.
I don't think there's any part of me that can pick apart a certain part of this movie and say, "Oh, that's a nitpick. That's a nitpick."
Yeah, what do you think they could have done better? Because
That was one of my concerns going into this movie was it's a shell talking, so it's gonna be like a cutesy type thing, like a Minions or whatever. But can it
yeah.
sustain that type of like story or whatever throughout to make sure that it's a good narrative, good story, good plot? And it's very simple, but it's super freaking effective, man. Like, even the relationship Nana Connie had, bugs, and
Man, you
like,
just said bugs 4 times over on this end because of how it glitched.
oh, all right. But how she has that relationship with the bugs or whatever, um, it's just another added layer to this when he, after she passes away, is starting to bond with bugs and everything around the house. And it's just so heartfelt, man. I cannot recommend this movie enough to those that have seen this or to those that haven't seen this and have stuck through a spoiler review. Like, how we are,
Yeah.
it does not ruin this movie. There's not really a whole lot to spoil about this movie, but it's just so heartfelt. It's just so,
You're still gonna feel all those emotions whenever you watch it. I know it's coming and I feel it
it's
even
an
harder.
emotional roller coaster. Like, you are laughing, and then the next scene, you're sobbing. It is an all around achievement for stop motion. If this qualified for the best animated picture, it would easily win, but I just genuinely don't know what this would qualify for.
That's what
Or
I'm kind of curious is like, how do you classify this movie? It's like a documentary, but
it's a mockumentary. It's like an office type deal, but at the same time, it's got this stop motion animation, and it's just so damn
I
charming.
check out my brownies.
Even the guy who plays is it Dean or
Dean.
um yeah, it's Dean. Even the guy who plays Dean, his relationship with Marcel is great because you see that grow throughout the movie. And I can't recommend this movie enough to anybody who hasn't seen it yet. A24 is outdoing itself this year. Between this, Everything Ever All at Once, X, you got Pearl, we got The Whale coming up, which I'm hearing a ton of Oscar buzz for Brendan Fraser, which I would love to see.
I'd love to
But
see him kill it, considering like everything that's happened.
oh, absolutely. And then recently, the whole Batgirl movie getting canceled with him playing Firefly.
Well, I didn't expect a lot of that.
Then we get to see Chef Clark at his duty.
Just trying to cook up the brownies for everybody.
But I think that's about it. You want to close
Yeah,
this out?
I'll easily rate this boy as an A+ for it. I think that like everything about the movie was good. This is one of those movies you don't need a sequel for, thank God. Like it is what it is, bro. It's a shell with shoes on. And I love everything about that. So please go watch it, people. We appreciate you tuning into this special episode on Marcel the Shell with shoes on. As always, please click those like and subscribe buttons. You see Jordie doing the dance, do the motion, and click those buttons for us. Please tune in to what we will have next time. I think we're going to try and see how they run next, and
Or
then
Bahubali.
potentially Bahubali.
Either
So please
one.
stay tuned.
This is a terrible exit because of me. Yeah. So long, folks. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will let you know how Clark's brownies turn out.
Chef Clark in the kitchen, people. Keep your eyes out.